Today, modern humans, with all our hospitals, warning labels, and safety regulations, are statistically the safest humans who have ever existed on this planet. Which means every generation before us was dying in ways that would make you laugh. And the reason wasn't wars, not floods, not anything dramatic, but mistakes. Completely avoidable, deeply human mistakes. So, let's go all the way back to a species smart enough to craft tools, build shelter, and paint masterpieces on cave walls, and careless enough to do everything we're about to talk about. Let's start at the very beginning. You are hungry. You have been walking for hours through open grassland. And then you see it, a cluster of bright red berries hanging from a bush, catching the light like something placed there just for you. They look exactly like food. So you eat them. And that is how you die. For hundreds of thousands of years, early humans were essentially volunteer taste testers for the entire plant kingdom. Some of the deadliest plants taste completely neutral. No bitterness. No warning. They kill slowly, over 2 to 3 days, meaning the person who ate the berry had no idea they were already out of the game. But plants, at least, couldn't chase you. Because here's something that sounds like a bad joke, but is completely confirmed by the archaeological record. Early humans sometimes moved into caves that were already occupied. Bears, hyenas, leopards. The cave looked perfect. Dry, deep, sheltered from the wind. So, they moved in, started a fire, and settled down for the night. Until the actual owner came home. Excavations at prehistoric sites across Europe and Africa have uncovered human remains mixed in the same deposit layers as large predator bones, a forensic signature that tells a very clear story about how certain evenings ended. Then there were the traps. Early humans were clever enough to engineer pit traps, deep holes, camouflaged with branches and leaves, designed to catch mammoths and large prey animals. The problem is that without blueprints or written language, there was also no map of where you dug the thing. Pit traps were among the most effective, and almost certainly the most dangerous, technologies of the Stone Age, particularly for anyone in the group who wasn't there when the trap was made. You built a perfect predator trap. You just forgot you were also a predator. And if the trap didn't get you, the prey might. Now, all of these sound like early mistakes that were gradually sorted out over time. But what we're going to talk about next are complete blunders made by humans at a time when they had already built massive empires. Let's talk about ancient medicine. For nearly 2,500 years, across cultures on almost every inhabited continent, the standard medical response to illness was this: remove blood from the patient. Fever? Bleed them. Infection? Bleed them. Headache? Fatigue? General discomfort? Remove blood until symptoms improve, or until the patient stops reporting them. Bloodletting was not fringe quackery. It was mainstream medicine practiced by trained physicians and recommended in respected medical texts for millennia. And it killed people with remarkable regularity, including George Washington, who in December of 1799 developed a throat infection and received multiple bloodletting sessions from his physicians over 2 days, losing an estimated 5 pints of blood in the process. He was dead within 24 hours of the first treatment. Not from the infection, from the cure. But nothing matches mercury. Chinese emperors, beginning as early as the Qin dynasty, consumed mercury-laced pills deliberately, as part of a formal search for immortality. The reasoning had a strange internal logic. Mercury was liquid metal. It moved like something alive. It seemed to operate outside the normal rules of matter. Surely something so unusual must contain unusual power. Qin Shi Huang, the emperor who unified China and commissioned the Terracotta Army, died at 49. His physicians believed he was progressing steadily toward eternal life. The mercury treatments they were providing were almost certainly a primary cause of his death. He was not the last. Multiple emperors across different Chinese dynasties are believed to have died from the very immortality treatments they sought out and funded. The cure for death delivered death. And finally, the one that sounds most impossible and is somehow the most real: trepanation, the deliberate drilling of a hole into a living person's skull. For medical purposes, evidence of this procedure has been found on every inhabited continent. Skulls dating back 7,000 to 10,000 years carry deliberate circular openings, made with stone tools, in individuals who were alive and conscious when it began. The stated purpose was to release pressure, evil spirits, or whatever the local explanation was for headaches and seizures. And here is what nobody expects. Many patients survived. Bone regrowth around the edges of the holes confirms that a significant number of trepanation patients lived for months and years after the procedure. The surgery was survivable. People walked away with a hole in their skull made by a sharpened rock, which is somehow more unsettling than if they had all died. We didn't inherit a safe world. We inherited every mistake our ancestors ever made, and the slowly, painfully assembled wisdom that outlived them. So next time you read a warning label, check an expiry date, or visit a doctor who does not immediately suggest draining your blood. Remember what it cost to get here. Here's another interesting video about ancient human love, family, and the total absence of privacy, worth checking out. And please subscribe.